All right, in this video, we're going to be talking about the amplified growth cycle. This is the framework, which is the foundation of the amplified growth system. And it's broken into 7 different stages that we walk through sequentially and then continually repeat. And each time we go through the cycle, we get better, we get stronger, we get more efficient, we get more effective, and we continue to amplify our results. It's a really powerful framework. And I really encourage you to make sure that you follow the process, don't judge or skip the steps, and continue to find ways that you can improve in each of these areas. So the first stage is fuel, and this is where we take the time to recharge and fuel our minds and our drive, because we want to be showing up with our A game. If we're kind of discouraged or frustrated or we're negative or just drained overall from the highs and lows of business, then we won't show up as our A game and we won't be able to achieve our full potential. So we want to take a moment to recharge, refuel, and show up. Next, we take a step back and look at the key pillars of the business. We want to do a high-level assessment to identify where we want to put the focus. There's 5 different pillars, and we may want to focus on strategy and execution, or maybe it's sales and marketing, or perhaps teams and synergy, or systems and operations, or finance and profits. We can identify where we want to put the focus, and we can even dive in deeper to each of those stages, again, to determine where the weakest links are, or where the bottlenecks are that are holding us back. So when we put our laser focus on those key areas, we can really drive them forward. If we're trying to do too many things at once, we're not going to make the full impact that we possibly can. So getting that focus is key. And then when we say, all right, this is the area where we want to focus on, we can start exploring different things we could focus on. There may be issues we need to address. There may be opportunities that we want to put into action. But again, we can't do everything at once. So we've got to ideate and think about all the things we could do. And then we want to prioritize those ideas and opportunities by impact, confidence, and ease, and select the top 3 ideas that we believe would have the most impact on the business. Then we move into the plan stage. Now that we've prioritized the most impactful ideas, we need to break those ideas down into an action plan that really lays out the actions it will take to achieve the result. We want to make sure that we're being clear on which actions will influence and predict a result, so that everyone who's on the team is focusing, aligned in the right direction. Then once we have our action plan, it's all about execution. And in stage 5, we're going to be continually doing some exercises to strengthen the disciplines of execution. There's been a lot of people who've had really great plans, but they haven't always executed to the best of their ability. When you strengthen the disciplines of execution, you'll get more efficient, more effective, you're going to get better outcome. And they are disciplines because they're simple, but they do take work to get them done, to achieve them at the best possible outcome. And a way that we're going to make sure that we're being effective with execution is we're going to measure. We're going to measure our actions that we're taking. We're going to be measuring the results that we're getting from those actions so that we can really tell what's working, what might need to be adjusted, and learn from the process. And then the final stage is once we've gone through that cycle, which we typically do in a 90-day cycle, we take a step back and review and reflect on the whole experience. How can we do this better? How can we improve and take it to the next level? When you continually go through that cycle, everyone gets stronger, everyone gets more efficient. You create a growth culture that is just unimaginable by just kind of getting the day-to-day work done. So imagine what would be possible if everyone on your team was getting stronger, more efficient, and effective, and fueled to take bold new actions to achieve bold new results. It's really amazing, and I'm excited to have you here. Now, one note about each of these stages. Each stage has a main objective, and through the system, we're going to be giving different exercises and tools that will help guide you and your team through each stage. to achieve the objective. Now, we're giving a few tools, pretty much 3 for each main stage. However, you don't necessarily always need to use every exercise and every tool. You may choose to use some based on where you're at, but make sure that you go through the stage and achieve the objective. Once you complete the objective, then you can move to the next stage. So use the tools to your discretion. If you have a different way of doing an exercise, or you have a different tool that you use already that achieves the objective, that's completely fine. But make sure that you're following the process of going through each stage and achieving each objective so that everything's continually flowing and running like an engine. All right, in our next video, we're going to be talking about systematic amplification.